Hey everyone, welcome to Wrestling Connection. I'm your host Johnny D. the Redeemer, and today I figured it would be fitting with the recent passing of Dusty Rhodes to take a look at the life and career of Rhodes. But before we get to that, let's take a look at last week's trivia question.
Who defeated Harley Race in 1979 to win their first NWA Heavyweight Championship? Answer: Dusty Rhodes.
Alright, well there you go. There's your answer. Let's get right into it with the history of Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, real name Virgil Runnels, was born on October 11, 1945, in Austin, Texas. Runnels played a variety of sports from childhood all the way through college, playing football for West Texas State. He fell in love with wrestling from a young age, due to his father taking him to local wrestling events every Friday as a child. Virgil, now going by Dusty Rhodes, first broke into the wrestling business in the 60s, starting out in the American Wrestling Association, and would first receive notoriety as a heel, teaming with Dick Murdoch. Rhodes would move on to Florida Championship Wrestling, becoming a face, and this would be the start of him becoming a breakout star. He would call himself the American Dream, a son of a plumber and working class hero who was just like everyone else, just trying to achieve the American Dream. Rhodes would have his first run in the WWE in 1977, when it was still the Worldwide Wrestling Federation under Vince McMahon Sr. During his time there, he would main event Madison Square Garden twice, challenging the WWF Championship twice against superstar Billy Graham, losing both encounters. Dusty's next venture would be into Jim Crockett Promotions. He would be a promoter and performer for the promotion. Dusty would team with Magnum TA as America's team, starting a legendary feud with the Four Horsemen and Ric Flair. After Magnum TA's career-ending injury, Dusty would team with Nikita Koloff and the Road Warriors until entering feuds with Ric Flair and Harley Race over the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. He would win the title 3 times. He first beat Harley Race in August of 1979 and then in June of 1981. He then beat Ric Flair in July of 1986. It was also during his feud with Flair that Rhodes cut what is quite possibly the best promo of his career. The promo, dubbed as the Hard Times promo, saw Rhodes use every ounce of his charisma, summarizing the hard times of the everyday man, opposing Flair's whining and dining flamboyant character. During this time, Dusty would be an instrumental hand in creating the Starrcade pay-per-view, which would become WCW's big pay-per-view, similar to WWE's WrestleMania. Dusty would be fired from WCW after Starrcade 1988. Rhodes was embroiled in a feud with the Road Warriors, and Dusty booked a segment where Animal would attack Rhodes with a spike from his shoulder pad, jamming it in Rhodes' eye. Turner Broadcasting System seen this as too violent for TV, and he would be fired. Rhodes then came to WWF with manager Sapphire by his side. The two would have a feud with Macho King Randy Savage and Sensational Sherry. The two teams would have the first intergender tag match during WrestleMania 6, with Dusty and Sapphire winning. Sapphire would then leave Rhodes during SummerSlam 1990 for Ted DiBiase and his money. This would lead to Rhodes bringing in his son Dustin for a tag team match against DiBiase and Virgil at the 1991 Royal Rumble. The two would lose, and Rhodes would then leave WWF and return to WCW. Rhodes would again be a booker for the company, as well as a manager for Ron Simmons from 1991 to 1992. He would also be a part of the WCW Saturday Night broadcast team. In 1996, when the NWO entered WCW, Dusty was originally on the side of WCW, but would join the NWO at Sold Out 1997 when he attacked Larry Zbyszko after his match with Scott Hall. Rhodes would then leave WCW for a brief stint in ECW before returning. When WCW closed its doors, Dusty would start appearing in TNA in 2003. On screen, he would be TNA's Director of Authority while being head booker and writer behind the scenes. In 2005, Dixie Carter asked Rhodes to step down as head booker and move on to the creative team. Rhodes would decline the offer and resign as booker and would sit out the rest of his contract. After spending a few months on the independent scene, Rhodes would once again return to the WWE. He would sign a Legends deal towards the end of 2005 and would be brought on as a creative consultant. His first on-screen appearance would be at WWE Homecoming, where he would join other WWE legends in beating up Rob Conway. Rhodes would then join Sergeant Slaughter, Ron Simmons, Roddy Piper, and Ric Flair as a Legends team, defeating the Spirit Squad at Survivor Series 2006. In 2007, Dusty Rhodes would be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame by his sons Dustin and Cody. In the later years, Rhodes would go on to be head writer and creative director for NXT, until he would be removed from his position as a part of a storyline in 2013 involving his sons Cody Rhodes and Goldust, who had recently been fired from the WWE. Stephanie McMahon gave Dusty the option of rehiring one of his sons, but he refused and was subsequently given a KO punch by the Big Show. Dusty would then appear in the corner of Goldust and Cody at the Battleground pay-per-view, as they faced off against Shield members Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, with the stipulation that if the Rhodes brothers won, all three men would get their jobs back. Goldust and Cody won, successfully securing their jobs. Rhodes' final appearance on WWE TV would be trying to reunite his sons Goldust and Cody, now wrestling as Stardust. On June 10, 2015, paramedics were called to Rhodes' Orlando home after his wife called 911 saying he had taken a bad fall. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he was pronounced dead the following day.
Alright, well I hope you all liked that look into the life and career of Dusty Rhodes. But before you go, let's take a look at this week's trivia question.
What wrestling legend did Yoshi Tatsu pay tribute to with his face paint?
Alright, if you guys know the answer, leave it down in the comments below, or you can tweet me at WrestleConnect and share, like, comment your ideas and how you like the video. Tell your friends, and I will see you in next week's video. Thanks for watching.